Okay. Hey guys, Happysplasher here. Good morning. It is 9/22/2021. Right now we're going to do some League, some Divine Arena, and Pit. So let's get right into it. Whoops, I forgot. First things first, I saw in the news this morning. Oops, get that out of here. Go to the events section here. You'll see that the world event units have been announced. So in this case, it is Legion, God of War, Angelia, the Lightbringer, and Hanzo Sama. One thing is that they're all order units and they're all melee units. So if you do have those, or if you don't have those, you can start preparing those now. The world event will start on Friday, and it will last 24th to October. Wait, oh, 30th. All right, so last September 30th. Cool. All right, so now let's get into League. We have 7 battles ready. We need to open this chest during the world event, so that's why we're gonna hold off on that. And so yeah, let's start off. Okay, I'm gonna skip this battle for time. Okay, face in Koekwaus was 4. This should be all right. First things first, we're gonna start with our building here, and the reason why is gonna have our building destroy those other buildings at the end of the turn with our damage here. Start the lanes open. Take a look at their warlords. So they have the heal skill, they have the silence, and then they have the stones here with the heal. We're gonna fight the battle and draw out the silence first before going off with our own skills. Right, so let's see, got damage over there. All right, we'll summon our Yoser over here. It will silence the male unit, so no more of their extra skills. Over here. And then also it has flight, so it can block against the melee unit right now. Okay, this is fine. Hi, Gpoga. How are you this morning? All right, so we have this unit here. It does have a death trigger. So what we're going to do, we're going to summon our Madam Agony. And what she does is she transforms wounded units, except buildings, into crystals. In this case, they do end up losing their skills, and then they just turn into these buildings here. We also place it behind the building so it gets some protection. And at this point, we don't mind if our units are silenced. If they're not, then we can still set up for board wipe. And if they are, then we can just go for the attack. So in this case, the damage over here. I think what we're going to do, we're just going to summon our melee unit over here. We're summoning this melee unit because it gets a health boost for every adjacent unit, every adjacent enemy around it. And again, we don't mind having our units being silenced, and we can still destroy their units through combat there. Okay, so they silenced our melee units over there. That is okay. Let's see, combat. Seeing if we can actually go for lethal now. 100, 200, 300. It's close. But, you know, we'll try it off. So we'll do our summons. And since we have our units that deal damage at the beginning of the turn to each ally, or each unit, rather, on their side. So we'll do our destruction now. And then we'll do our Eos, or not our Eoster, but our Aphrodite over here, spreading out the damage. The Aphrodite does damage at the end of the turn based upon the health of one of our units, so maybe it'll pick one of these. Oh, in this case it does, so there you go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Hello, sorry for not joining the past few streams. Oh no, that's all right. How are you? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 official. Oh no, it's absolutely, you know, tune in whenever. Absolutely fine. We're gonna be here streaming the game, and yeah, whenever is good for you guys. All right, so we're gonna skip this one here. Again, we're skipping the high health warlords just to speed up these battles. Also, too, we didn't get to level up our warlord during high growth. I underestimated how many levels and how much might we were going to need in order to level up our warlord. So we went to the high growth with around like 1.7 million gold, but we only leveled up probably like 100-ish units. And because of the gold cost, we weren't able to actually get our, our warlord leveled up. All right, so this unit here has a death trigger. So what we're going to do, again, we're going to summon our Madam Agony to transform it. This battle is going to be similar to the other battle that we had before. It's just more of making sure that, again, draw out the silence. And then also, because they actually have this pet here that gives an attack boost to their units, we want to, I guess we're going to go more defense. All right, so in this case, we have damage over there. We'll summon our scrap. Our scrap can deal damage behind the target. So in this case, we'll be able to attack here, deal damage, and then also has extra attack, so we can deal the damage over here. So we're in pretty good shape. If we do get our board silenced now, it's okay, because we do have pretty good backup. And again, if we don't, it's either way. Are they all setting up this way? This is so weird. Why are we seeking Circuit Sensor in these decks a lot? All right, let's see. We got that. I think it's fine. Yeah, we'll do our summon. Okay, we end up blocking our stuff. We'll do our destruction skill to get rid of the Sense Circuit, and then we'll actually follow it up with. We'll follow up with another attacker. This is okay. Yeah, we'll follow up with another attacker. Hi ho! I opened League 4 the other day and I fight enemies with higher health. Crazy. Yeah, the matchmaking still is pretty weird. I don't know what League 4 looks like at this point, but I would still think that in general right now, the opponents that you're going to face are going to be pretty wide. So you're going to be seeing people that are like probably like 300 health behind you, and then also you might find people who have like 500 health above you. So pretty weird things to think about. All right, so we got this here. Just seeing if we can actually deal this into combat. Okay, yeah. So we'll summon this Dominus. This Dominus has adjacent damage after the attack, and so with the extra attack and the damage, we can actually destroy this unit here. And good morning to you, NadGob95. All right, so they did their silence, and now they did their stones with the heal. They also have this building that they summoned off of the high tanker. That building deals damage whenever one of their units, whenever a unit is destroyed, that also gives an attack boost to their units. Oof, okay, not a problem. We want to destroy this building first if we can. What we'll do is we'll summon our building over here to block. As you can see, when you attack these stones, they will heal their Warlord. So multiple threats right now. They have the Yoster over here that deals damage based upon the health, and there you go. Yikes. Okay, not a problem. Let's go on to the next one here. This one's okay. So you can see there are a lot of ogre battles that we're facing, so probably going to need to actually tailor our squad to make sure that we can get around these ogres. All right, so we'll summon our Yoster over here behind the building. Reason why is give it some protection, also silence this unit. That gives block to itself, and then also gives block to the Warlord. Okay, let's see how strong their pet is over here. Oh, it's all right, about the same thing. In terms of giving an attack boost to their stuff. Okay, yeah, this is fine. All right, we'll summon our totem over here to block for damage, also deal some damage to their units. Next turn, we're probably going to use our summon and then our destruction skill because we don't want this floss over here having their extra summons and then also poisoning our units as well. Oof. Yikes. All right. It's not going particularly well right now. We'll do our summon, we'll do our destruction, and we have extra combat over there, just doing some calculations. Yeah, this is fine. All right, we'll summon our Shearshot over here. The Shearshot deals extra damage whenever it destroys a unit. And then we have our damage over here from our unit here at the end of the turn, and then our building. Okay, so at least we wiped out their board for now. We drew out the silence, and we will then use these units to either pick off their units or to have backup. All right, so in this case, combat over there. Right, we're going to summon our Dominus over here. Has the extra attack. And then the extra attack will allow us to destroy this and then gain some health back off of our Gleedy Pet kill here. That is not what I wanted to see. All right. See, even with that, combat over there, destruction over there. That's fine. All right, so we'll summon our Aphrodite over here. When we attack this unit here, it will set the health of the attacking unit to 1. So in this case, since we're not able to destroy this unit, we still have to deal with it. It's getting pretty low on health right now. So let's see, combat over there. Building damage over here. Okay, so we won't be able to destroy this unit, which is pretty important. We'll summon our Shearshaw over here. Destroy this, deal some damage, get some health back. Okay, got some health back over here, but like I said, we're concerned about this unit here, setting the health to 1, destroying that. This unit also gives an attack boost whenever it does destroy something, so potentially we'll destroy this and then give a health boost to this unit. Okay. All right, so we'll do our summons to block. We'll summon our Yoster over here. Silencing this unit. This unit also has reflection damage. Pretty close. Ugh, really didn't want that stone to be destroyed here. So combat. We got a health boost from our units at the end of the turn because they're all female units. Oof. So the other thing about the Grace of Rock Fleet is that if 7 units are destroyed on either side of the field, it will get 7 extra attacks, and so that's why they were able to go through there. So, man, these battles are not turning out the way I wanted them to do. All right, let's see, combat over there. All right, so take a look at their Warlord. So they have these block runes over here. They have the range units with these splash, and then also setting the health of our units to 1, except the melees. Gonna start with our own melee. We'll do our Dominus actually over here. The Dominus will deal the extra attack and then also be able to destroy these buildings so that we can open up the lanes for attack. Probably going to go more offense here, especially since they do have their block runes, and we are going first. Okay, so this is actually the Angelia. This is one of the event units that we'll see. I'd see the extra damage to non-order block, and then also mental shield whenever we summon one of our units. So let's see, we'll do our summon. Okay, you can see the mental shield comes up here. We'll summon our Shearshaw over here so that we can get some extra damage to their Warlord. Okay, and then we mark their units for damage using our skill here. Next turn, we're going to use our destruction to get rid of at least the Angelia and then go for an attack. Do you think Hanzo Sama is better than the other heroes we will get in next event? Not really. Of the 3 units that are shown there, if you were to just rate them strictly on usefulness, I would say, what do you call? Actually, let me think about this here. We'll do this instead. So we're going to summon our Madame Agony and destroy this and get through there. I would say Angelia is probably the best out of those 3, just because you can kind of put her in whatever deck you want. The next useful one would be Hanzo, and then the third one would be Legion. Legion is really good for a specific squad that has order. So, like this one, for example. Let's see here. Just doing some that. Okay, we're gonna summon our Yoster over here. I just summoned the Yoster so we can silence these units so they don't have their extra splash and attack boosts. Hanzo is good in, I guess it's good by itself, but it's kind of weak in terms of defense. The key skill that it does have is that whenever a unit is destroyed, it will get Mental Shield. And so because of that, that can actually help out a lot. Let's see, combat over there, combat over there. We'll summon our Scrap to deal damage and destroy these units. Also we have attack steal over there. And now we're pretty much setting up for lethal. If our Scrap isn't destroyed, we'll we'll attack them with our Yoster, and then vice versa. And then Legion itself is very squad specific. So Legion here has the attack boost to order units, health boost to order units, and then also the extra attack for order units. We can just skip the turn here, and there we go. But yeah, when in the event, try to get all 3, but I would say Angelia is probably the most important one, just because I've used Angelia in Journey before, and she's very useful in terms of the mental shield given to the Warlord. Let's skip this one here because you can see the 1900 health that we're gonna have to face. Okay. For those who are tuning in right now, we're currently doing some League, and then we will head off into the Divine Arena next. Right, so we have this pirate here, has the damage pentagrams, has these shark summons, and then plus attack to their melee units. We're going to summon our Dominus over here to destroy these buildings. And we want to destroy this building in particular because not only does it have mental shield, but it also gives mental shield to one of their units, which will allow them to stay on the field longer than we want them to. Okay. They got this Vixen here. We're going to attack and destroy this because it freezes one of our units whenever they attack our Warlord. And we summon a melee unit so that we can get some health back off of our Lady Pet over here. Okay, we'll summon our Eoster behind the building over here, spreading out our damage. Also silencing these plants so that they don't have their summons anymore. And this is going to help us set up for the next turn because of the damage dealt at the beginning of the turn for every one of our units. So if both the Eoster and any other unit are still alive, we'll be able to do the board wipe, and then we'll go from there. Okay, they did their shark summons, setting our attack to 1 for turn, also the counter attack. Okay, as you can see, their units are out of damage. We'll do our summon, do our destruction, and then we'll also summon our Aphrodite over here. This should be enough damage here for lethal. And there you go. All right, claiming a win chest so we can keep getting our rewards. Okay, got some rare char, that's good. Another ogre battle. All right, so they are starting first. Let's take a look at their skills again. They got the heal, the silence, and the stones with the heal. Okay, they got this Mina over here that deals damage whenever we attack them, their Warlord or one of their units. We're going to summon our building here so that we can block for damage, deal damage to their units, and then also not trigger off the damage skill that they have over here. Next turn, we'll probably summon our Madam Agony to transform this unit. Otherwise, we could also summon this Grace Rock Fleet for combat, seeing where their board setup's going to be. Alright, so in this case, let's see, combat. Yeah, we'll summon our Madam Agony now. We'll transform the Mina and then just destroy their own Grace of Rock Fleet over here. Thinking next turn we're going to summon our Sheer Shot to help us block. Really want to save the Yoster for the silence skill. In this case, combat over there. Just doing some math. So this Dandy Croc here has spikes whenever one of our units attacks. We'll do our summon. Okay, this is kind of not what we wanted to see, but this is all right. Let's do some combat over there, 55. Just doing some math here. All right, we'll summon our Aphrodite over here. Destroy the Dandy Croc. And at the end of turn, the pentagrams here come up. This is fine. We do want our silence to go off, or want them to silence our units so that we can actually summon these and then deal damage to their units. Okay, once again, we'll summon our Yoster over here. Silencing the plants, so no more extra plants over here. Next turn we'll summon our Grace of Rock Fleet. Let's see, combat. Well, we have enough. Just thinking here. So this Sheer Shot also gets an attack boost for every wounded unit that is on the field. Seeing if we can actually deal damage here. Should do some math. So 37, so roughly 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this could actually be enough. So we're gonna summon our Sheer Shot over here. Yes. Do that to attack this Strick over here that deals extra damage for units around. Okay, we ended up destroying all these units and then also getting some health back for our melee units, for our melee kills over here. So now we're in pretty good shape. If any one of our units survives, we'll do our board wipe, and then we'll go for lethal. All right, ANC, marked for destruction. We'll follow it up with our Dominus over here. And there you go. All right, 3 more. Should be relatively quick. Yeah, sure. All right. We'll start with Aphrodite actually behind the building. Get some protection, get these health pentagrams out in play. I was thinking about some in the building, but we don't really need it right now, particularly because we are going first. We'll save the building for if we need to destroy any unit. So in this case, this building we can kind of ignore for now. And then we'll use this as a blocker if any other large units come out and play. So like this one, for example. Sure. All right, so we'll summon our building to block for damage. We have this Yorick here that deals damage when it comes into play. And then also if it destroys something, it gets an attack boost. Also has Reborn too. We're going to get around that with our, our Madam Agony over here. We have that. Let's actually take a look at this over here, 158. So that one should be enough. Right, yeah, we'll summon our Madam Agony. We'll transform the unit, so no more Reborn. We still need to deal with this Shaolin here that does have a death trigger and then an attack boost to their units. Probably going to use our destruction early in order to get rid of this, but for now we are in pretty bad shape. Combat over there, combat over there. That's fine. All right, so we'll do our summon. We'll do our destruction. As you can see here, the damage trigger happens over there. We'll summon our Yoster, actually, to block this melee unit. But most likely this will end up drawing out their silence because they do want to attack. So they do that. See if we have any other solutions to this. So no. Potentially we could destroy it with the Grace of Rockley, but the random damage is going to be all over the place. Okay, we'll summon our Dominus over here. So the extra, oops, I forgot about the, so this Diana here does have counterattack, and so because of that, they'll be able to destroy our stuff, and yeah, there you go. Trying to figure out what happened in that battle. So Aphrodite, what was it? Dude, I don't even remember. It just happened like 2 minutes ago. All right, well, still moving on. All right, we got this. We got the Spider Queen. Has poison, has kill all wounded, and then these extra summons. They also have relatively low health, which again I did mention about kind of in the beginning that the pairings in the league are kind of weird. All right, so we'll summon our Dominus over here. We'll deal some adjacent damage. You can see here that's kind of all over the place. We summoned it in the middle spots so that their adjacent damage can actually deal damage to every unit in these 2 rows over here. Sure. All right, we'll do our summon, and then we'll summon our Grace of Rockfleet over here. Summoning our Grace of Rockfleet to deal some damage, also give some attack boost to our units. And there you go. Okay, got 2 more. Okay, let's see what makes the most sense here. We're gonna summon our Aphrodite, and again we're gonna do it so that we have protection behind the building. Also these health pentagrams, and like I said, we do want to deal damage early against these Jimmy Rocker boys because they do have their block runes, and then they have their range units with splash. We're gonna save our Yoster for the next couple of turns because usually their squad setup will have some kind of you know, they're going to have their Legion, they're going to have their, sometimes they have Hanzo, and then usually they have Strick in their squad. So we'll summon our, let's see, yeah, this will make sense. All right, so we'll summon our Scrap. Our Scrap deals damage behind the target, so that's why we're able to destroy this Alexandria over here. Next turn, we'll do our summon and probably set up with the Yoster. All right. Didn't expect to see a Dead Lord come out. So this Dead Lord transforms our melee unit that attacks into a zombie. We'll do our summon, and we'll follow it up here with our Yoster behind the summon. Combat, some damage over there. Okay, they got some health back off of their little life palace that they summoned off of the Alexandria. Okay, they did their Rocker Boy summons. So you can see here they have the extra splash. So let's see, combat, potentially destroyed here. X. All right, this is not what we wanted to see. All right, so let's see. This is why we wanted to save our Yoster, because of this specific setup right here. We'll summon our building to block for some damage. Deal some damage to their units. But yeah, right now we are very concerned about the Legion here, that will get the extra attacks for every order unit that does attack. Because their spots are actually blocked off, unless they have a multiple summoner over here, multiple summon unit, and a multi-attack unit, we don't have to worry so much about this Legion over here. All right, so what do we have here? All right, so we will do our destruction skill to get rid of these units. And then, is this on the block room right now? Oh, it is. All right, that's not what we wanted to see. We'll summon our... We'll summon our Dominus, actually. So we'll summon our Dominus so we can destroy these units with the attack, get some health back, get some protection for the Aphrodite, and then also the Aphrodite is still doing their damage based upon the health of one of our units. This unit gets a health boost for every unit that it does destroy. So potentially we could just win through the skill over here. Okay, so let's see, combat. Sure, we'll summon our scrap over here. Okay, destroy that. Got some attack steal over here. Oof, okay. So it did the skill based upon the health of this unit, so that was unfortunate. Got the attack steal, got some health back off of the melee kill, and we actually have two threats here with the multiple attackers. Oops, multiple attacks over here. At this case, this one has 3 extra attacks. You got this one here that has large attack and the steal, but we should be good. We don't have any death triggers over here. Nope. So we'll just skip the turn. And there you go. Had to bounce back from that large turn where they had the Rocker Boys and the Legion. We ended up blocking and then taking the board back after the board wipe. All right, got one more. Okay, gonna skip this one here because of the high health. I faced Notcashed before. It's a pretty low health Warlord, so that's good. All right, we'll start off again with our Dominus. Get some damage to their Warlord. Also destroy these buildings with the adjacent damage over there. And probably going to go more on the offensive. We're going to use our summon pretty early just so that we can threaten lethal. And then also force them to go use their silence. Okay, this is fine. We'll do our summon. We'll summon our Aphrodite over here. Okay, we'll also mark their units for destruction with the damage skill here. And we don't mind losing this unit. This unit's already silenced because of this Alexandria, which attacks and silences the attacked unit. Nice. All right, so we will, let's see, combat. Oh, this is fine. We'll do our destruction, open up the board. We'll summon our extra attack unit with the scrap, and should be good for lethal here. Yeah. So there you go. Pretty quick battle, especially with the low health on their Warlord. All right, so that was League. Close that out. Okay, we are now going to do some Divine Arena. So let's get right into that. Okay, so we have a white shaman on the left over here. We have a Atom on the right. Taking a look at their flavor text here, some nature stuff that's going to happen, and then over here we're going to see some summons on the Atom side. All right, we got some epics as rewards, so yeah, let's get right into it. Okay. All right, first things first, we want to summon units with high health so we can preserve our board. White Shaman themselves do not have good destruction except for the spike skill. Their other skill has like a totem that reflects damage and then also attack boost to their nature units. So we're summoning this unit actually behind the building so they get some protection. This unit, even though it's melee, won't be able to attack, so that's unfortunate. But it does have this poison skill here that happens whenever one of their units attacks. So you can see here, poison. This unit here gets some summons around themselves. And then if a unit does die on their side, they'll get an attack boost. Just trying to set up for the next couple turns here. All right, so we'll do our spikes so that we can actually wipe these out. We'll summon our Ananta over here. This Ananta does poison as soon as it comes into play, and then if poison does trigger, it will actually poison more units around it. This unit will also get a health boost if poison does trigger, as you can see here. And we did end up getting rid of all of these units, which is pretty nice. So our goal right now, we're going to actually try and keep both of these units alive. So not only can we deal poison when their units attack, but then deal extra poison if poison does trigger. We'll summon our melee unit over here to block for some damage. And then as you can see here, the poison triggers are going off here. So this one has 8 poison for now. This does have a trigger, so whenever a unit dies on our side of the field, they'll get these extra summons, but they should be taken care of with our poison skills over here. All right, I'll summon our range unit over here to just try and destroy this unit. We're just going to let our poison take care of their units. As you can see here, we do have this unit that is pretty much not going to die because of the plus health off of the poison, and then this unit here also has decent health over here. Okay, so now we will summon our melee unit here just to block. See these poison triggers going off. And as you can see on the top side of our board, pretty much we're setting up the base so that eventually these lanes can't be broken through, and we'll just control the board from here. All right, so we'll summon our melee unit over here. We're summoning it over here so that way we can actually put units in front in order to block and then also let our poison do the work for us. They have this unit here that deals damage to one of our female units when it dies. So in this case, it would be one of these two. This unit already has high health, so it should be all right. Okay, we'll do our totems now to actually block. And then we'll summon another one of these Marquis to deal some more poison damage. And so at this point, as you can see, our lanes are now totally filled. We do have the extra poison damage that's going to happen whenever they attack. And then they have these totems here that will reflect damage back to the Warlord. I should have looked at their Warlord skills anyways here. So they have the damage to all units on our side. They have these 2 archers, and then they also attack boost to older units on their side. They did both of their, they're doing all 3 of their skills, so it looks like they're trying to go for lethal now. Let's see, so combat, combat, combat. Just need to not be destroyed by this unit here. All right, so I can see the damage back to their Warlord, extra poison damage. When our Marquis de Sade dies, it will give health back to our Warlord, so that's why we're back at full health here. All right, just checking out the poison damage, seeing how much there. So, see, 51 damage. Nice. Let's see. Damage over there, damage over there. Yeah, sure, why not? All right, so we'll summon another one of these Anatas over here. All of our units are female, so they're potentially targets of this Olaf the Red death trigger here. As you can see, all that poison happening. We have these lanes still opened up, or rather blocked. This one is open, but at this point now, we're not really concerned about their units anymore. Okay, so let's see. Combat, 13. Okay, so we will summon our Bastet. When this Bastet comes into play, it deals damage to every unit on the board, and then it will get an attack boost for every unit that it destroys. And at this point now, we are all set. We do have all the lanes are blocked. We have our attack boost for our nature units, which in this case are all of these over here. We'll do that. Summon a range unit just for posterity. And there you go. That was Beast Fury. Took a lot of stall in order to actually go through, but eventually you saw we built up our board with our high melee unit health and then also the poison to deal damage to their units. Okay, so now let us do the Atom side over here. Okay, we will start with our Athena over here. This Athena, when it destroys a unit, it will get these archers that happen around themselves. It will give extra protection to our Athena. And then also, if they are destroyed, if any unit on our side of the field is destroyed, this unit will get an attack boost. So we're summoning this unit so that we can get some early attackers on the board. And oof. So they summon the Bastet, deals damage to our units, and then also destroys our stuff. See, we'll summon our Prince over here. Prince comes here with 2 summons behind themselves, and then when it destroys something, or whenever a unit is destroyed on their side, they'll get these extra summons here that have block and give an attack boost to units with block. So in this case, it would be this one over here. Okay, we triggered one of their skills here, which is the Spike skill. They have the totems and then the attack boost to nature. Combat over there. Got this unit here that gives spikes to one of their units. See what makes the most sense. We will summon our Titania over here. This Titania, has evasion and then also gives an attack boost to our female units at the end of the turn, and then also an attack health boost to our melee units. I forgot about the extra summon over. How is it in that GM league you lose 25 trophies when you lose, and in League 15 you lose 40 or so? So I think you actually lose 50 in the normal season, if you will. Let me just see here. Comment over here. Comment over there. Yeah, we can. Sure, actually, we'll do our damage skill now just to get rid of those. We're going to do our Olaf summon. Actually, no, we'll do the summon over here. So the season itself lasts for about 2 weeks, and at the final week or so of the season, the points that you lose, the trophies that you lose for battles, they actually get cut in half, and that's because they do that so that it doesn't allow you to, go for a late push for the fame in order to promote your league. So that's why you see the 25 trophies instead of the 50 that it normally is. All right, so they got their Marquis, the poison damage from before. We don't have enough to actually push for damage, which is unfortunate, but we will do what we can here. We'll summon our... See what makes sense. We have combat. We'll summon our melee unit actually over here. Get that damage going. Our plan is actually to combo both the summons and then also the skill that we have, which is to give an attack boost to our order units. Will we be able to break through? You can see a lot of poison now happening, especially with their Queen Ananta. We also have every one of these units are a melee unit, so that's why we're having difficulty getting through here. Let's see. We'll summon our Lady Claire here. He gets an attack boost for every ally that's around, so we'll be able to do some combat damage. It also has Metal Shield, so it gives a little bit of protection to itself. Okay, the totems, as you can see here, so we'll be able to block and deal some damage. Okay, the kill happened. This unit gave this unit plus health. Let's see. Combat. That. So this is actually going to be a weird turn. We're actually going to skip the turn, and the reason why is because, so the Ananta itself has these poison skills that, if poison does trigger, it'll actually poison the unit around. What we actually want right now is to have our units be destroyed So that way there's no poison left on the field, and then we can just summon our units normally so that they won't get poisoned. All right, that's fine. Okay, so now we have no more units that are poisoned, so that's good. Let's see, just doing some combat damage over there. Okay, we will summon our Scarlet Warrior here. It has these summons behind themselves. Destroy the Bastet over here. We're running low on health. Got to find a way to break through these totems, and then also probably not combat this unit, but let's see. Combat 16. Oh boy. Let's see. Will we have enough damage? No, we will not. Oh, you know what? Here, we'll do our summons. Let's see, it's 14. No, it won't be enough, because even if we do an attack boost to break through, we'll take the extra damage from the totems, so that's no good. And see here, 18 over there, 32. Yeah, not good. All right, so we'll surrender here. We'll try it again. As you can see, they kind of did the same strategy that we did in terms of the poison, so we'll try that again. Hopefully we can break through this time. We did have a couple of turns where we were full of melee units, so let's actually do this. We'll do our summon over here, Athena, to destroy this building. We'll get our extra summons now to actually destroy these buildings here. So now everything is full, or rather everything is cleared. So let's see, next turn we're going to summon our melee unit, so that way we can actually balance the squad that we have. You did the same thing again. All right, we'll do our summon in response. Destroy the Bastet. Yeah, unbelievable, right? All right, so we're not going to be able to destroy this in combat anymore. Best thing we could do is our melee unit over here. Hopefully the death trigger can actually hit the Ananta over here, but if not, we're just going to go for damage. Okay. Yeah, we'll still go for damage. That's fine. So we'll summon our prince, get some extra summons over here. As you can see, the poison trigger is going off for every time we attack. Trying to trigger off their spikes and the totems that we'll have to get through. But yeah, this is starting to get really imbalanced because we have 3 melee units here, so most likely we'll... okay, another melee unit. That's not good. Sure. Let's see, combat. Seeing if we can do anything else here. Sure, why not? We'll summon our unit here, gets an extra archer behind them. At this point, we're just going to ignore their units altogether because we have to break through for combat. And we can't destroy them because of their high health over here. So let's see, 27, 41, 51, so yeah, but another 50 happening. Okay, so we'll do our skill, see if we can get our summons through. 26 over here. 22 over there. Sure, all right. They're at 12. Combat. If they summon another range unit, we're going to be destroyed over here. Okay. Nice. They opted to not block, so this is good. We'll skip the turn to avoid the death triggers. And there you go. So in this particular case, we ended up just going for straight damage against their Warlord because we couldn't destroy their units with the high health. And so eventually, because they chose not to block, especially in that turn, which was really weird, we ended up going for the victory. All right, so that was Divine Arena. Took a little bit of extra turns on that side, but that's fine. All right, we will now do Pit. So let us switch off our Warlord back from the Geisha over here, as you can see. We're going to switch it to our Pirate because of the Damage Pentagrams and the summons. We're also going to equip our own pet over here. Okay, and now we'll go to that pit. Okay, great. So we have 3 attempts. We are currently going to face Herr Koshmar. Let's take a look at their skills. All right, so whenever one of their units dies, it will give an attack boost to another one of their units. Every 4th turn, it will give Reborn to their units. And then on the 6th turn, we'll give our units a skill that will deal damage for every adjacent unit that is around. So because of that, we'll need to destroy their units. We'll find out that they'll get an attack boost. We'll destroy their units before the 4th turn so that they don't get Reborn. And then we'll try to keep our units as far away from each other as possible. Otherwise, we will be taking damage to our units. Got 3 attempts. And yeah, we got some epics on the field, so let's go. Okay, we'll start with our damage pentagrams over here. Pretty good coverage. We have double coverage over here and then over here. And also having our buildings over here is good. Let's see what makes most sense. We're going to start with our range unit behind the building over here. And then especially on this lane with the double damage pentagrams over here. Normally we'd go for a higher attack from the beginning, but we actually do want to save our units to destroy their units before they can do the Reborn, which is going to happen in 3 turns. So in this case, we will... Yeah, you know what? We'll summon our building here. Our building will be able to block for damage. It also deals damage whenever one of their units comes into play. We have our enemy unit on the damage pentagram, so we won't have to worry about this one. All right, this is okay. So let's see, combat over there. We'll summon our... Yeah, we can actually summon this unit. This is fine. We're just getting this out of our inventory. Okay, so we have damage over there, damage over there. You can see the damage pentagrams are starting to help us out pretty well. Next turn, their units are going to get Reborn. We're going to prevent this from just destroying their units. Oh, yeah. Yeah, great. Now this unit that deals damage to a Chaos unit right off the bat, so we can destroy that. Okay, since none of their units are on the field, they don't get Reborn, so we dodge that skill, so that's good. In 2 turns, our units are going to be marked for damage, but we'll do as much damage as we can. We're going to save our summons until after this skill goes off. So let's see, combat over here. This unit here gets an extra copy of itself whenever it gets attacked. So let's see, summon our melee unit over here. You see the extra copy. Okay, it is destroyed by the damage pentagrams over here, so that's good. Okay, we're going to continue summoning units away from them. So in this case here, we'll actually summon our range units, so that way we don't deal the extra damage to our units for later. Okay, and you see now all of our units that are on the field were marked for damage, so they'll take damage for every unit that's around. But we don't have to deal with that for another 6 turns, so that's good. We might actually just let our units die, which is kind of nice. So let's see here. So damage. So if we actually keep units away from this, we won't take damage. And then if we keep units away from this one, we also won't take damage. So we'll space out our units. Let's see here. We'll do our melee unit here with the metal shield. Okay, that's good. We have our units protected by another unit over here. Okay, so we actually do want to destroy this unit because of the Reborn that's going to occur. Let's see. I do actually want to save this unit for a different time. We'll summon our grandma over here. Let me just make sure they don't have block. Oh, I should have checked. All right, they don't have block, so that's good. At least we'll be able to destroy in combat. Okay, so their copy over here should have Reborn, but that's fine. It's much weaker. We can end up destroying that, so that's fine. Okay, so as you can see, we do have 2 units around here, so that's why this unit did take damage. Let's see, combat will destroy that, combat will destroy that. We'll do our summons, and then we'll actually summon this unit here, just to get rid of it out of our inventory. Okay, the Reborn did trigger off. But we're in pretty good shape right now. We have every lane covered, has decent health over here. We wanted to get rid of this because of the low attack. We have our unit here with the flight and the extra summon when it kills something, also protected by the shark. Okay, got this unit here that deals damage whenever a male unit dies on our side. So in this case, it was just these sharks over here. We'll do a, let's see, combat will destroy that, combat will destroy that. We'll do a shuffle, see if we can get rid of some bad units. This one is relatively weak, so we'll summon that. We'll summon it over here. Okay, and so as you can see here, we are threatening lethal on pretty much every lane. We're going to do our shuffles just to get rid of some bad units, so we don't draw them for future bosses. And yeah, we should be good. So let's just see here, shuffle. Oh, there you go. We don't need any 12 attacker units over here. So that was Herr Koshmar over there. Our damage pentagrams help destroy their units and then also control the amount of damage that was on the board. And as you saw, there was only one turn where the units did get reborn. And even so, we ended up destroying the unit with reborn anyways. Okay, so now we're going to face Hius Severus. There's something a little different about this in that, you see here, has a legendary chest as a reward. We're going to save this chest for the world event, which is going to happen in 2 days. So for the time being, we're still going to fight this boss. It's just that we're going to keep their health to as low as possible, or in this case, it'll be over here. So that way we can have them ready for the world event. So yeah, let's take a look at Hius Severus. Hius deals damage to our Warlord whenever a unit appears on the field. Every third turn, it will summon a bogey, and then on the 7th turn, it will summon 2 more bogeys. Don't remember what these bogeys do, but we'll check them out after. And then also, you can see here, we'll take some damage to our Warlord whenever a unit is summoned, so we'll try to keep our summons under control. Or there are multi-summons. All right, so yeah, let's go. Okay, let's start with our damage pentagrams. And they're they're pretty good spots, actually. We have coverage behind this building, so in this case, if they summon on this lane, they'll take damage. Damage over here, and we have this damage over here. This one's not covered. We'll probably go to destroy this building first. Yeah, so we will start with our building over here. We'll take some damage because a unit was summoned. Okay, our goal right now is to actually destroy this building first and then give some protection behind this building. In this case, nothing good here. Got this unit that has a death trigger, so now we're actually going to avoid this line so that we don't take damage to our units. We'll summon our building here in the second row so that we can actually have some options for later. Okay, this unit was destroyed, so that's good. And we're just losing buildings, which typically we don't want buildings in our inventory. So that is why we're doing what we're doing now. I'm actually going to experiment with something over here. So I think the bogeys themselves, actually, yeah. I'm going to try something this turn. So I'm actually going to skip the turn. I'm just going to experiment with something. Okay, so the bogeys can come out in the back row too. So the bogeys, they deal damage to all units except chaos, and then they also have spikes. I thought if we jammed up this line over here that we wouldn't have to worry about them, but that's fine. All right, so you can see those bogeys, they deal damage. They have this Dr. Fear that has Reborn, so a lot of Reborn, which I guess will actually deal extra damage when the units come in play. We'll do our summons. Okay, we'll take some damage off the summons. We'll summon our range unit actually over here. This range unit will give miss to units in the line for a turn, so we can actually avoid some damage over here. So those bogeys, they deal damage to non-chaos units. So if we actually do have chaos units, we'd rather summon those so that we don't take damage to our units. Okay, let's see. We'll do our melee unit actually over here. One with the high health. We're doing that so we can get some health back off of our kills. So now we just need to deal with this unit here that gets a Rodder whenever one of their units are attacked. It's going to be a little difficult because they do have this building to block, which we did mention in the beginning. We'll summon this unit here with the high health. Taking some damage, Those extra summons are not really an issue right now because we are getting some health back, so we'll just keep an eye on this. So right now we're at 945. If we get to 1,000 health next turn, we know for sure that our setup is actually working out. All right, so we're at 965, so we actually gained some health over there, so that's good. Let's see if we can do some math. So 1, 2, 3, 34. So one. So not enough to actually destroy this. We will. We'll summon our melee here for damage. I know our damage pentagrams deal 76, so that'll be fine. We'll be able to destroy this unit with the combat plus the damage pentagrams. All right, so there we go. If we can destroy this unit, we'll pretty much be all set, especially because they won't be able to block our attacks with the Rotters. Okay, so we'll summon our range unit over here. Want to destroy this unit that gets these damage pentagrams on our side whenever one of our units dies. Also has flight, so that's why we're having an issue breaking through here. Okay, the damage pentagram will destroy this unit, so we won't have to worry about that. So we can actually continue on with blocking. We'll summon our melee unit here with the high health. Okay, so that's good. Okay, if this lane is somehow still open, we'll summon our multi-attacking units. All right, so yeah, we'll go for that. Normally we want to save our legendaries for the other bosses, but at this point, right now, we want to keep pace, make sure that we can destroy their units, and then also not use as many pit attempts as possible. So this unit here gets an attack boost whenever it destroys something, and then also, like, see those 3 extra attacks, so that's good. We'll summon our melee unit over here. So we'll summon our melee unit over here. Reason why is because we have this unit here with the high health, and then also if we can actually keep this unit alive, we'll prevent this unit from attacking, and then we can just have our units over here just deal the damage for us. As you see right now, we're actually back at full health off of our melee kills, so that's kind of nice. Okay, we'll have death triggers over there. We'll summon our melee unit here actually now. See combat over there. Yeah, we'll summon our melee unit here over now. That's fine. Okay, death trigger here will end up destroying our multi-attacker, which is unfortunate. The only good thing right now is that this unit is chaos, so because of that, we're not taking damage from the bogeys that do come out and play. Or not this one. This one is the bogey here. Yeah. Okay, so this is cool. We'll do our attack boost to our melee unit, so we'll actually be able to destroy this. We'll summon our range unit over here so we can get rid of the bogey. Okay, next turn, they're going to have 2 more of those bogeys, so we'll take some damage to our non-chaos units, which are these ones over here. I also have to remember that we are trying not to destroy their warlord, but just deal as much damage as we can. So let's see, combat over there, got some health back off of the attack to our warlord right there. So let's see if we can break through. We'll summon our range unit over here. So attack. As you can see, the extra damage is happening for every one of those Rotters that are coming into play. So we're actually in decent shape, even though these bogeys are coming up. As you can see, we pretty much have the health covered. So just as long as we can pick off their units, this is okay. All right, we'll summon our melee unit here with flight. It also has metal shield, so we'll be able to take a couple more hits of damage. So another thing too is once battles start to get really long, we do have the sudden death skill to actually deal damage to their Warlord. And so because of that, we can actually control the amount of damage that we're going to deal to their Warlord. So if our board does start to get overwhelmed, we'll just do our sudden death and then we'll take it from there. So let's see, combat over there, damage pentagrams over there. Summon our ranged unit over here to deal damage to this unit. So that way it can be destroyed by the damage pentagram. It sets the health of 2 of our units to 1, so in this case these will be destroyed. But that is okay. At this point, right now we're trying to stall it as much as we can. We'll get rid of some trashier units in our inventory, and then we'll have a better setup for the next couple of battles. All right, so we'll do our shuffle. We can get rid of that one, so that's fine. We'll do our sudden deaths just to deal some damage. Get rid of this bad unit over here and block for some damage. We could use our high value units, but again, we're trying not to destroy the Hius. All right, so we'll do one more sudden death. We'll shuffle. Actually, no, we can just get rid of this one here. This one's fine. And then we end up destroying ourselves because we have our summon at the end of the turn. So you can see we dealt pretty good damage. Like I said, we are saving this for the next world event. So we can actually do one more attempt. We'll try to get them down to around 100 or so. So that way, as soon as we start the battle, we'll pretty much have them wiped out. Okay, so we'll do our damage pentagrams again. And we will also, good coverage over here, just not behind over here. Summon our melee unit over here. Destroy the building, get some health back. Next turn, we'll summon a ranged unit to destroy this building, so that way we can have all the lanes open. Okay. All right, yeah, we'll summon the ranged unit, as mentioned before. Destroy the building. Death trigger will destroy this unit here, but our pentagram will also destroy this here. Let's see, so combat over there, that's fine. We'll do our summon over here to deal some damage to this unit. We'll let our damage pentagrams take care of those. Next turn, we'll do our summons to actually get some board coverage back on the board, and then also deal damage to their units. So we'll do our summons. Okay, they're in decent spots. Can destroy this. We'll have combat destroy that, so we can get another ranged unit over here. For now, we're just going to summon this melee unit over here to destroy this, get some health back. Not really concerned with this unit right now. It does get an attack boost for every wounded unit at the end of the turn, but it's going to be destroyed by combat pretty soon. So that's good. We'll continue on. We'll summon our melee unit over here. It has flight, so we could have potentially saved this for another battle, but this is okay. All right, got this unit here that deals damage to our units whenever we attack their warlord, so that's why you saw the damage happening over there. All right, we'll summon this melee unit over here. Actually, we'll summon our melee unit actually over here. Reason why is we want to trigger off the death trigger, or the reborn, get rid of their units. Okay, so next turn, as you can see, the 2 bogeys will come out and play. But since this unit is a chaos unit, it can actually dodge the damage, so that's good. Let's see. Okay, so it is on damage pentagram, so that's good. So this unit will be destroyed. We will shuffle. This one's pretty bad. Yeah, we'll summon our melee unit over here. So that combat, destroy that, combat there. 2 bogeys coming out, destroying our units, and then the damage pentagrams happening over here. Right. So damage pentagram will destroy that. Combat will happen over here. We'll summon our melee unit over here. Destroy the Dr. Fear, or the bogey rather. I mean, they both look the same, so that's why. Could also be called Dr. Fear. All right, so we're in decent shape right now. Spots are opened up. We will let combat occur over here. Summon our range unit over here. Okay. So the unit did come out over here, the bogey, and then it was destroyed by the damage pentagram. So not to worry over there. Okay, we got the transform going. So this is a melee unit. Okay, yeah, we'll still get rid of it anyways. So we'll actually summon it over here. The reason why we're summoning it is because it is low in our attack. It also has a death trigger. I don't get to see this one that often. So when it dies, it summons Moth to the row. So in this case, we'll actually be able to summon extra units on this spot over here. What's this one do? This one has attack steal and then freezes one of our units. Yeah, I don't typically use epics that often, so that's why it's weird to see, but we'll do what we do. All right, so let's see, combat over there. We'll summon our we'll summon our range unit here. Okay, so death trigger, death over there, destroying that. Got this unit here that gives plus attack, 2 units in the line. At this point right now, even if we get them to say 500, that's also fine. As you can see, we've been holding back a lot on our summons. So that's why we're in okay shape. All right, we'll summon our range unit over here. This range unit also gives an attack boost to our nature units, so it actually combos with these moths here. Okay, and at this point, if we can pick off units, we'll probably do that, so that way we can get our sun deaths stacking up. Otherwise, we'll just go for combat towards their Hius. So in this case, we'll summon our melee unit over here. Okay, that's fine. All right, you see that unit was destroyed, setting the health of 2 of these units to 1. Okay, we'll summon a unit to destroy this. So we'll do a shuffle. Kind of want to save these units. Yeah, this one's fine. So this unit, when it comes into play, it summons a puppet. That puppet will reflect damage and then also remove negative effects from our side of the field. So in this case, the what was it? Not the bogey, but the Dr. Fear. So the Dr. Fear gives a damage skill to well, it damages our units whenever they attack. So let's see, combat over there, combat over there. Summon our melee unit here to block. Okay, we're not too concerned about these units, so that's fine. I played Mina and he killed himself. I got him too low. Sucks. Yeah, that's why you gotta yeah, Miska, you gotta trigger, make sure that you control the amount of damage that you end up doing. So like right now, you can see we have a lot of buffer for our attacks. And so we can actually, yeah, okay, so let's see here. So we'll do our buffer over here. Let's see, so 50, 90. Okay, we'll summon our melee unit actually over here. Block for some damage, get some health back. And then we're just going to let our sudden deaths actually deal the rest of the damage if we can. As you can see right now, we're just conserving units. Otherwise, if we weren't conserving units, we would have destroyed this boss a long time ago. I would stop, but Jay played Deadlord. Yeah. Yeah, you can't really control the AI for what they end up summoning. Let's see here. Yeah, this one is okay. Yeah, it's fine. All right, so we'll do our summon over there. Okay, we can get rid of their Deadlord, so that's good. We have our units here on the damage pentagram, so this will be destroyed next turn, assuming they don't get a health boost. Okay, they summon another one of these Demon the Rippers, setting the health units to 1. All right, we'll do our final shuffle. And yeah, this one is actually okay to get rid of. So we'll summon our melee unit over here. You hope the next one is weak. Yeah, the who's the next one? Well, we'll find out who the next one is. I mean, we're not gonna fight them now, but we'll at least preview it after this one here. So this is a cool thing about the Gleety Pet. So because of the health given back to our Warlord, we can actually have these kind of long battles and actually control what is going on. This one is fine. We'll summon our range unit over here. We did summon on a Damage Pentagram, so it's unfortunate, but we're just doing that so we can control the units that are currently on the field. All right, so about 266. Probably going to deal maybe another 100 damage just to make sure we don't actually destroy this boss. Okay, this one is okay to get rid of. We'll summon our melee unit over here just to destroy their melee unit. Okay, so that's cool. And see their board is now wiped. Like 5 turns ago, they had a whole bunch of melee units on the field, but they're all now gone. Okay, we'll summon our building here. The building itself comes with a unit, and then whenever heal triggers on our side of the field, we'll deal damage to their Warlord. It is impossible to fight it until tomorrow 12. That is true. That is absolutely true. But we can still see what their skills are, and from there you can kind of prepare and see what it's like. I also remember looking at these bosses before, and I think they're pretty much the same ones. So no new ones. So we'll do our sudden death right now. Like I said, we're just controlling the amount of damage. Probably getting a little greedy here. Sure. All right, so they're at 16. We're going to now just surrender at this point. So that way we can hold them off. Or we're going to hold them for the world event. All right, so we dealt a lot of damage, as you saw there. We have no more attempts, so we can actually wait for the next day for them to actually recharge. They'll happen every 12 hours. So the next boss over here, I remember facing this Noir Heavenclaw. So the next bosses that are going to unlock are Noir Heavenclaw and then Calamity Jane. Let's take a look at the Noir Heavenclaw's skills. So whenever block triggers on their side of the field, meaning if we attack a unit with block on their side of the field, they will get an attack boost to their units. Every third turn, they will deal damage to two of our lines, and then on the 6th turn, we'll deal damage to our melee units. So because of that, we'll try to not summon as many melee units as possible. I always forget if you want to spread out the damage or whatever. But regardless, you want to summon units with high health, and then also we know that their unit's going to have a lot of block. So if you do have a Warlord that does have silence, that would be good. So like Ogre, Son of Woods, any units, any of those Warlords in that family, and then also units that have silence. Probably still going to use Pirate for now, just because of the pacing. All right, so that is Noir Heavenclaw. I think they weren't that bad. I remember the first iteration of Noir Heavenclaw was pretty hard, but they did tone down the difficulties, so should be okay. Right, and then we have this one here, Calamity Jane. Let's take a look at their skills. So at the end of turn, we'll give plus attack to their female units. Every 4th turn, we'll give evasion to their units, and then on the 6th turn, we'll destroy their our male units. Or should I play Shah on him? I want to do that, but it's still 100 damage with the damage. I would say, I mean, Shah's pretty good against that boss in particular, if you're still on Hius. But if you're on Noir Heavenclaw, I think it actually would be better too, especially since their units are going to have block. So eventually they're going to have enough block to prevent damage on your units, to prevent your units from destroying their units. So you could use Shamuna there as a blocker. And then you just need some kind of, attack boost unit or some sort of using their adjacent damage to destroy their stuff. Let's see here. So because of this, knowing here, they're going to have a lot of female units, so they're also going to get an attack boost. We want to destroy their units before the 4th turn, so that way they don't get evasion. And then also we want to summon units that ourselves are female, so that we don't take the damage to our male units. So our pit attempts are going to recharge in about another day or so, so 12, 13, 36. Yeah, we'll have it ready for the world event on Friday, so that's cool. All right, so just a quick recap of today's stream. We did some League. Took a little bit of time because we had some bad matchups. We also did the Divine Arena. Last time I played Shah and Jane. Yeah, Shah and Jane is actually not too bad either. just as long as you can get through their initial units. I know that they're the Calamity Jane setup, they have like 4 melee units that get an attack boost right off the bat. But if you do use the pirate, if you do have it, you can set up the damage pentagrams behind their units, and then pretty much once you destroy their melee units, you'll be all set in that battle. We used the White Shaman and the Atom over here. The summon side was a little more difficult just because they have units with high health and poison that can get rid of your units. But if you go for damage early to their Warlord, you should be all set. And then finally, we also did some pit as well. Got through Herr Koshmar, got rid of their units with damage pentagrams on pirates before the reborn, and then we pretty much destroyed Hius Severus. We saved our units for the world event, which is going to happen on Friday. We did our damage pentagrams to get rid of their bogeys, and then also to avoid damage, we would summon chaos units to get around the bogeys. Sha and Circuit. Yeah, Sha and Circuit are pretty good. Circuit themselves have high health and also regeneration, and then also damage to their units, damage to one of their units if you attack their Warlord, and then the Sha themselves will have the crystal shards that will help you block for damage. Yeah, typically I would save those units for the tougher bosses, but at this point right now, I mean, you know, if you're beating bosses with maybe like 2 or 3 attempts every time, you should be all set in terms of pacing. So that was a recap of today's stream. For tomorrow, so Divine Arena is going to recharge in about a day or so, so we'll actually have that for the world event. I don't think we're actually going to have anything for tomorrow because we're also saving bits, so I guess we'll probably just not stream tomorrow, and then we'll get everything ready for Friday for the world event. Also remember, once again, they are these 3 units over here, the Legion, the Angelia, and the Hanzo. They'll have like a blurb in the news section. They'll have saying, okay, hey, the world event, and then it'll show you which units would be down here. They'll have pictures. You can check out their initial stats and their initial skills. So check that out when you see it happen tomorrow. So yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. If you guys have any questions, comments, feedback, or concerns, leave a message on Twitch, Discord, or YouTube. The content and streaming schedule is right up there, so check it out. Please like and follow on Twitch for the live stream, and then like and subscribe on YouTube for more videos. Like I said, World Event is going to happen on Friday, so we'll have everything pretty much set up for there. We're going to be doing more of the pit. We'll do Divine Arena. Might do some league battles in order to grind out some chests, but probably not. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We do have a lot of our units already set up, so that's good. And then also, if we end up finishing the world event early, we'll continue on the Sad Boy account to actually get some journey done. So yeah, so a lot of stuff happening on Friday, and yeah, get ready. We're gonna have a lot of content. So yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the channel, and I hope you guys have a good Wednesday and Thursday as we head into the world event. This is Happysplasher signing off.